Hello, Tim from Fairplay now on the 16th of December 2021. Got two things to talk about in this video: stand in the parks and dodgy electricians and other professionals. But starting with stand in the parks, a lady sent me a message or left a comment asking about what all the stand in the park things are all about. She's a new subscriber and obviously doesn't know what they are, and if that applies to you, you're sort of fairly new around here, I will just quickly explain what stand in the parks are, because it's something that I've been doing since April of this year, and I kind of went on about it quite a lot around that sort of time and in months after that. And people who saw my videos back then, as well as myself, these stand in the parks have become quite a major part of our lives now. It's a whole new social scene for us. And basically what it is you can go along there every Sunday. If you're living in any kind of decent sized town, half decent sized town, or even a large village, you've probably got one of these things nearby you. And if you've got a park near you, chances are you've got a stand in the park there, and basically you just go and stand in the park officially it's between 10 and 11 on a Sunday morning, but our one, for instance, tends to not even start really until about 10:30 and goes on till midday. But you can just come and go as you please, really, and you'll find like-minded people there, people who are smelling a rat about this whole nonsense we're in now and wanting to call things out. And it's getting pretty well organised now. There's Telegram groups you can join, and we've my local one and a few other ones as well have started something called Stand in the Pub. I'm actually going to one tonight, and it's a little bit more pleasant at this time of year than standing around in a park in the cold. So going to do that. We're also going for a Christmas meal, sort of great big group of us. About, last I heard, it's about 34 of us going for a meal over the weekend. And yeah, it is a really great resource. So if you're feeling lonely, you feel like you've got no one to talk to, it's worth going. I can highly recommend them. And I've got a page on my website. It's fairplaynow.net/stand, and if you go there, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below, and if you go there, it will tell you a little bit more about it. And more importantly, if you scroll down a bit to the bottom, you'll see a great long list of venues, and I've just updated it. The Stand in the Park organisation updated their list of venues about a month ago, and I've just got around to updating my site as well, because the old list of venues was a bit out of date. It was about 8 months old. So this is bang up to date, and if you go there, doesn't matter where you are in the country, you'll find you can sort of go to northwest, southeast, Midlands, wherever you are, and you'll find a great long list, and hopefully one will be near you. Also includes venues in Wales, Scotland, Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, and even the UK islands like Isle of Wight, Isle of Man. So you'll definitely find it. Right. The other thing I was going to talk about, I've just come away from a job just literally now. A previous, I say electrician, had obviously wasn't, just got a two-way switching job, totally wrong. Now, two-way switching is, you've probably got it in your house where you've got normally you've got a switch upstairs for your hall light and a switch downstairs for it as well, and you can sort of switch it on and off either downstairs or upstairs. And so that's what a two-way switch is. Very easy to get it wrong if you don't know what you're doing. And this guy who had a go before me had definitely got it totally wrong. So I went in there and I sort of put it right and left two ladies there very, very happy indeed, because they've now got a hall light again for the first time in God knows how long. But just imagine if that had been me, cocking that job up. I'd sort of got the wiring totally wrong and sort of left these people without a working light in their hallway. Or just imagine that was the first job of the day and I'd cocked that up. A second job of the day, I went along and I kind of wired up a socket incorrectly, and then that person got a nasty electric shock from it. Third job of the day, perhaps I sort of went along and wired up a shower and got that wrong, and that resulted in a fire. And then the fourth job, I got something else wrong with equally disastrous consequences. So what do you think should happen to me if I had that kind of record? Do you think, let's get that bloke back for yet another job, and let's increase his pay, and let's pay him some huge amount of money a day, and let's pay him 500 quid a day, or let's pay him £1,000 a day? Or would you sort of say, I should just never even be allowed anywhere near so much as a screwdriver again in my whole life? Well, I think you know the answer to that one. So why is it when that's the way the world works in most places, except as far as government advisors are concerned? Now, there's a guy, you all know him, even if you're abroad, you know him. He's a British sort of government advisor, but he also advises other governments around the world. His name starts with F, and he shares his surname with a sort of a manufacturer of tractors. So, and then the last three letters of his name is S-O-N, son. So I think you can guess who I'm talking about. And, well, his track record is about as disastrous as the dodgy electrician I was just describing. But he just seems to keep reappearing. There he is, especially with this new scariant that starts with O cropping up. There he is, appearing on sort of TV shows and radio shows and advising the government when it's clear that he's not only got what he predicted in kind of March 2020 totally wrong, but sort of lots of other stuff either sort of previous to that and indeed subsequent to that as well. He's just got it totally wrong, and yet he just keeps getting these plum jobs, no doubt getting paid fantastic money, and just carrying on and on and on. I mean, why is that? These people just do not seem to live in the real world, do they? The kind of world of common sense, practical people like us. And yeah, maybe it's just time now to kick these type of people into touch. These people don't live in reality, live in the real world. I have got a recommended video if you want to find out a little bit more about the guy whose name starts with F and ends with S-O-N. It's from a very recent sheep farm podcast, and it's on YouTube, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box and the comments section below. So they go into a lot more detail as to how useless this bloke is. So I'll let you go and do that. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.